Welcome back, viewers and subscribers. It's your girl, Star Flames, and we're back with another video. In this video, we're going to talk about Cassie's attorney, Douglas Wigdor, speaking to media outlets, content creators, journalists about the first day of cross-examination in the Sean Diddy Combs trial. But first, we have to say kudos to Cassie Ventura and all survivors, because many people, they believe that, oh, Cassie came, she had a good time, she wanted clout, she wanted attention. But I believe that now people who are choosing to consciously pay attention to what is going on will understand that she was being psychologically groomed, abused, and manipulated. And Sean Diddy Combs did several things to ensure that she was trapped. She had a 10-year contract with him, a record deal, only released one song. During that remaining portion, it was her basically working as a sex worker under various psychological and physically abuse, as well as high manipulation tactics, giving her money, giving her clothing, giving her jewelry, and those would be taken away from her at any point in time. Many people say this was just a domestic abuse. It was just a toxic domestic abuse. But where does the line come in when it's actually a relationship that was toxic versus an older man manipulating a younger girl who was just naive to the dangers of this world? So bad to the point where Cassie at one point wanted to take herself off the planet. We're going to talk about that in another video. But let's go into Cassie's attorney, Douglas Wigdor, speaking to the press, the content creators. Like, everyone was trying to get into what he had to say. So let's take a look at that clip together, and then I'll get back with the rest of my commentary.
I think that Cassie's doing a great job on cross-examination, very long cross-examination. Hopefully it ends tomorrow, and so she can be done by the end of the week and put this entire chapter of her life behind her.
How's she holding up with the pregnancy?
She's doing as best as she can. She's obviously, tired, as you would expect, but she's holding up great.
What about Alex?
Real tribute to her.
How do you feel like how they're flipping the script with the cross?
I don't think they're flipping any script. It just seems they're reconfirming the direct. Yeah, look, I don't know that. I don't think there's a legal defense to this case based on his drug use. So I'm not really sure what
Diddy
that's all
seemed
about.
a little more excited today, though. Like they had a win today.
Oh, well, okay. Well, it's not really up to what Diddy's team thinks. It's not up to what I think. Actually, it's what the jury thinks. And,
Do you think Diddy feels any shame at all?
So,
I don't know what he's thinking.
I saw Cassie touching her back and stretching and drinking lots of water. Do you think that the stress could possibly induce her to go in sooner?
I'm not a doctor. I'm just a lawyer. I have no idea. I hope
Does she
not.
seem okay when you were speaking to her?
She seems great to me. She seems great.
Any word on how her husband is currently feeling?
I mean, I said it yesterday. If you were in his shoes, I think, this is difficult for him to watch, but he's holding up great.
What about the whole Suge Knight thing? Her saying that Diddy and his friends went without her and then they brought it back that she said she went with them. Can that be happening in
I think that's just a minor point that unfortunately somebody got wrong when she was being interviewed. She didn't review those notes or anything like that. I think her testimony, the one thing about her testimony really is there's no credibility issues with her. The facts are the facts. She's telling them as they are, her truth. And they are what they are. This is not a typical cross-examination. There's no issues with her credibility.
What about the age gap? You talked about her credibility, right?
Yeah.
I feel like yesterday made her seem, we empathized with her yesterday. Today, we're seeing that there may have been almost like a motive to her anger or her upset, which resulted in a lawsuit and where we are today.
No, I mean, the facts are the facts, the text are the text. The facts are the facts, the text are the text, and I think that the evidence will be clear as the case goes on and Cassie's testimony goes on, and we'll see what the jury does. Okay, I have to go. I'm sorry.
Now, guys, with that TMZ journalist, in the first half of her question in there about, could Cassie possibly go into labor due to this amount of stress? She was stretching, holding her back. I think that was out of line because again, he's just an attorney. He cannot tell you, Cassie's medical state, and even even her doctor would have to do some assessment at this point to say for sure, what position she's in terms of labor and delivery and how the trial can actually contribute to that. So I found that part of her question to be a bit cringy, but then she made a really, really good comeback about, Cassie, switching her statement about Diddy going to the party without her, then saying he went, she also went. As you guys can imagine, it's been quite a number of years, and the overuse of substances, which has damaged her mental health, which she has spoken about. Even at one point, she said that her mental health was so badly damaged, even to the point where Diddy himself realized that something was going on with her mental health. So as such, the TMZ, right there did do a good comeback on that. Lauren LaRosa from The Breakfast Club, she spoke with clarity and conciseness. Love that about Lauren. I think that is what the internet loves about Lauren. She just grabs you, she pulls you in whenever she speaks, and whenever she does something, you can react to it with her being nasty or anything like that to other creators. So not saying that everyone else is not doing a good job, but I'll speak about specific people who I know for a fact are not nasty towards content creators. Now, they were asking Diddy's team apparently thinks that they did a good job today. And I love how composed Cassie's attorney is, Douglas Wigdor. He's like, it's not up to them. They can always be confident, but they don't have the final say. So I really, really, really do love that. Also, I've been following correspondence from people in the courtroom, like Lauren LaRosa and other creators on TikTok. And from the delivery, everyone has reported that there were moments of emotional breakdown from Cassie, but for the most part, she was composed and her response was a response. You can definitely tell that. You can see a mirror imaging going on here between Cassie and her legal team. You can see that she was truly prepped with this trial. Her legal team really, really did an amazing job of preparing her for this trial. So kudos to them. I believe that when someone really and truly has suffered, and if they can find a few coins to get proper legal representation, use Cassie Ventura as an example to ensure that you get that proper legal representation. But as I've said, I don't want to make these videos lengthy because I have a few more stuff that I want to talk about that came out during the trial, and I want to break it down segment by segment, part by part. So whatever you missed, you can catch up on my channel and it will not be overwhelming for you. So that's all I have to share in this video for now. Leave a comment below. We're going to talk some more. Peace.